Most people believe that success is tied to effort. The more you do, the more you achieve, but that's not true. Success is not about filling your schedule with endless tasks, running on a hamster wheel and checking off a never-ending to-do list. It's about focusing on what actually moves the needle. Think about it. Some people work 12-hour days, yet they remain stuck. Others work half that time and achieve 10 times more. The difference? Clarity, prioritization, understanding what truly matters. A farmer doesn't waste his time watering weeds. He focuses on the crops that will bring the harvest. A wise investor doesn't buy every stock on the market. He carefully selects the few that will bring the highest return. And yet, in life, many people spread themselves too thin, trying to do everything, saying yes to everyone, chasing every opportunity, only to realize they are exhausted but no closer to their goals. It's not about being busy, it's about being productive. And productivity comes from knowing what deserves your time and energy. Some things look urgent, but they're not important. Some things seem like opportunities, but they're just distractions in disguise. The people who achieve the most are not the ones who do everything. They are the ones who focus on the few things that truly count. There's a simple yet powerful principle that separates the highly successful from those who constantly struggle. It's called the 80/20 rule. It states that 20% of your efforts produce 80% of your results. This means that not all actions are equal. Some things you do have a massive impact, while others barely move the needle. Take a look at your daily routine. If you analyze it closely, you'll realize that a small fraction of your activities are responsible for the majority of your progress. Maybe a few key clients bring in most of your income. A few strategic decisions create the biggest breakthroughs. A handful of habits shape the quality of your life. The rest, just noise. Successful people understand this principle and use it to their advantage. They don't waste time on low-value tasks. Instead, they identify the critical few actions that drive the biggest results and focus their energy there. That's why they seem to achieve more with less effort, because they're working on the right things. Look at business, for example. Most companies find that 20% of their products generate 80% of their revenue. That means the majority of their inventory isn't making much of a difference. A smart business owner will stop chasing every opportunity and start doubling down on what works. The same applies to relationships. Not all connections are equal. A handful of people in your life contribute to most of your happiness, growth, and success. Yet many people spread themselves thin trying to please everyone, wasting time on draining relationships instead of investing deeply in the ones that truly matter. And let's talk about learning. People consume endless amounts of information, but only a small percentage of knowledge actually transforms their lives. The key is not to consume more, but to focus on the few lessons that have the power to create real change. This principle is everywhere, whether it's health, finances, or personal growth. A small percentage of the right actions will always yield the majority of the results. The problem is most people get lost in the 80%. The distractions, the busyness, the things that feel productive but lead nowhere. Distractions are the silent killers of success. They don't announce themselves loudly, but they creep in, steal your focus, drain your energy, and leave you wondering why you're always busy yet barely making progress. If you want to achieve more by doing less, the first thing you must do is eliminate the things that drain your time and energy without giving much in return. Look around. How much of your day is spent on things that truly move your life forward? Social media notifications, endless emails, unimportant meetings, mindless scrolling, gossip, and unnecessary commitments? These are all distractions disguised as productivity. They give the illusion of being busy, but rob you of real progress. Energy is your most valuable resource. You can always make more money, but you can't manufacture more time or endlessly replenish your energy. That's why you must protect it. If something constantly leaves you drained without producing results, it's a sign that it doesn't belong in your life. This applies not just to tasks, but also to people. Some relationships fuel you while others deplete you. Some conversations inspire while others leave you exhausted. The company you keep and the activities you engage in will determine whether you operate at your highest level or constantly feel burned out. Think about a high-performance athlete. They don't waste energy on unnecessary movements. Every motion is intentional. Every practice session is purposeful. They conserve their strength for what truly matters, winning. You must do the same. Cut out the unnecessary. Say no to things that don't align with your goals. Remove anything that pulls your attention in too many directions. Because the clearer your focus, the greater your results. Leverage is the secret weapon of high achievers. It's what separates those who struggle endlessly from those who make massive progress with minimal effort. The truth is, you don't have to do everything yourself. You just need to know how to multiply your efforts using systems, tools, and people. Think about a man trying to lift a heavy rock with his bare hands. He strains, sweats, and barely moves it an inch. But now, give him a long wooden plank. Suddenly, with the same effort, he moves the rock with ease. That's leverage. The same force, but greater results. Now, how do you apply this in real life? A system is simply a way to automate, streamline, or optimize your work. It removes unnecessary effort while keeping results consistent. In business, systems allow companies to scale. Instead of handling every sale manually, a smart entrepreneur sets up automated processes. Email follow-ups, order processing, and customer support systems, so the business runs efficiently without constant effort. Even in personal growth, systems make the difference. If you want to improve your health, don't rely on willpower alone. Create a meal plan, schedule workouts, and set up reminders. The more structured your habits, the easier success becomes. Technology has made it possible to do in minutes what once took hours. Yet many people are still doing things the hard way, manually managing schedules, keeping track of tasks in their heads, and wasting time on things that could be automated. A simple tool, like a calendar app or task manager, can save hours of mental stress. In business, software can automate marketing, accounting, and communication. In daily life, using even basic tools, checklists, budgeting apps, or time trackers can make a world of difference. You can only do so much alone. The biggest breakthroughs come when you learn to delegate and collaborate. Instead of spending hours on things outside your expertise, find people who can do them better and faster. Entrepreneurs don't build empires alone. They hire teams, partner with experts, and leverage other people's skills to multiply their impact. Even in friendships and mentorships, the right relationships can open doors that hard work alone never could. Mastering leverage means letting go of the idea that effort equals success. It's not about how hard you work. It's about how smart you work. There's a common belief that working harder leads to greater success. But if that were true, the hardest working people would be the most successful. Yet we see people grinding day and night with little to show for it, while others seem to achieve more with less effort. The difference? Smart work versus hard work. Working harder means pushing through with sheer effort, long hours, endless tasks, and constant busyness. But working smarter means focusing only on the activities that drive the biggest results. It's about identifying the difference between being busy and being productive. Take a lumberjack, for example. He can swing his dull axe all day, chopping endlessly and exhausting himself. or he can stop for an hour, sharpen his axe. One works harder, the other works smarter. The key to working smarter is focusing on high-impact activities, the few tasks that generate the greatest results. Every successful person understands this. A top salesperson doesn't waste time cold calling random numbers all day. He focuses on warm leads and high-value clients. A great author doesn't write endlessly. He focuses on crafting impactful words that resonate deeply with readers. Look at your own life. Where are you spending energy without real progress? Are you drowning in emails instead of making strategic decisions? Are you stuck in meetings that could have been a simple message? High achievers are not the ones who do the most. They are the ones who do what matters most. Success is not about adding more to your plate. It's about removing what doesn't serve you. When you stop chasing every small task and start focusing on what truly moves the needle, you'll find that you can achieve far more with far less effort. Every yes you say is a trade-off. When you agree to something, you're spending time, energy, and focus, resources that are not unlimited. The problem is, most people say yes too often to unnecessary meetings, unimportant tasks, and commitments that drain them. And because of that, they have no room left for the extraordinary opportunities that could change their lives. The most successful people are not just defined by what they do, but by what they refuse to do. They understand that every unnecessary yes is stealing time from something more valuable. That's why they guard their time ruthlessly. They don't chase every opportunity. They don't accept every invitation. They don't get caught up in things that don't align with their highest priorities. Think about a sculptor. He doesn't create a masterpiece by adding more clay. He chips away at everything unnecessary until the masterpiece is revealed. The same applies to your life. Success isn't about doing more. It's about removing what doesn't matter so you can focus on what truly does. It's easy to feel obligated to say yes, to please others, to avoid guilt, to keep up appearances. But every time you do, ask yourself, is this leading me closer to the life I want, or is it just keeping me busy? Because the people who achieve greatness are not the ones who try to do everything. They are the ones who focus only on what truly matters. Imagine a tiny snowball at the top of a mountain. At first, it seems insignificant, but as it rolls, it gathers more snow, gains speed, and eventually becomes an avalanche. That's how momentum works. Small actions, repeated consistently, create big results. Look at any area of life. A person who saves just a little each month doesn't see much change at first, but over years they build wealth. Someone who exercises daily might not notice an immediate difference, but over time they transform their health. A writer who commits to just 1 page a day will have an entire book in a year. The problem is, most people underestimate small efforts. If they don't see instant results, they quit. They forget that success is not a single event. It's a process. Each small action is like planting a seed. You won't see the tree tomorrow, but give it time and it will grow into something incredible. Momentum works both ways. Just as good habits compound into success, bad habits compound into failure. Skipping a workout doesn't seem like a big deal today, but do it repeatedly and your health declines. Procrastinating on important tasks once may not hurt you, but make it a habit, and soon you're stuck. The key is consistency. Success isn't about doing something once with great effort. It's about doing the right things, even in small doses, over and over again. Because when you commit to steady, disciplined action, momentum will take over, and what once felt difficult will become effortless. Time is the one resource you can never get back. You can make more money, find new opportunities, and rebuild what's lost. But once time is gone, it's gone forever. That's why the most successful people treat time as their most valuable asset and invest it wisely. Think of time like money. If you had a bank account that deposited $86,400 every morning, but at midnight, whatever you didn't use disappeared, how carefully would you spend it? Well, that's exactly how time works. Every day, you're given 86400 seconds. You can spend them wisely or you can waste them, but either way they're gone by the end of the day. Most people don't lose time all at once. They lose it in small, seemingly harmless ways. Mindless scrolling, pointless arguments, unnecessary distractions, and obligations that add no real value to their lives. A few wasted minutes here, an hour there. It all adds up. Before they know it, months or even years have passed, and they're still stuck in the same place. But those who achieve great things see time differently. They don't just spend time, they invest it. They put it into learning, into building meaningful relationships, into health, growth, and purpose-driven work. They focus on what truly matters because they understand that every minute invested wisely compounds into greater success over time. The question isn't whether you're using time. The question is whether you're using it well. Every moment you waste on things that don't matter is a moment you could have spent building the life you truly want. Your mind is the command center of everything you do. It's not just about how hard you work, it's about how you think. Your mindset determines your efficiency, your decisions, and ultimately your results. That's why thinking strategically is the key to achieving more with less effort. And look at two people given the same 24 hours. One is constantly overwhelmed, jumping from task to task, reacting to every problem, and feeling exhausted at the end of the day. The other, calm, focused, and productive, getting more done in less time. The difference isn't their workload, it's their mindset. Strategic thinkers don't just work harder, they work with purpose. They don't let distractions dictate their day. Instead, they plan ahead, prioritize wisely, and eliminate what doesn't serve them. They ask themselves, is this the best use of my time? Will this action bring me closer to my goal? If the answer is no, they move on. Think about a chess player. The amateur moves impulsively, reacting to every piece on the board. The master, however, thinks several moves ahead, anticipating outcomes and making deliberate choices. That's how success works. It's not about doing more, it's about doing the right things with precision. Most people spend their time putting out fires, constantly busy but never making real progress. Strategic thinkers, on the other hand, focus on high-value activities, the ones that create the biggest impact. They leverage their strengths, delegate what they can, and simplify wherever possible. Your level of success isn't determined by how much effort you put in. It's determined by how intelligently you use that effort. When you train your mind to think strategically, you stop running in circles and start moving with clarity, direction, and purpose. Simplicity is not the absence of effort. It's the elimination of the unnecessary. The most successful people in the world aren't the ones juggling the most tasks or overcomplicating their lives. They're the ones who cut through the noise and focus on what truly matters. Because at the end of the day, simplicity is power. Look at the greatest athletes, the most brilliant minds, the most effective leaders. They aren't distracted by 100 different things. They master a few key principles and execute them with excellence. They understand that complexity kills progress, while simplicity accelerates success. Think about a cluttered desk, an overbooked schedule, or a mind filled with endless to-do lists. It creates stress, confusion, and inefficiency. Now compare that to a streamlined workspace, a clear plan, and focused energy. Suddenly, everything becomes lighter, sharper, and more effective. The world constantly tempts you with distractions. More options, more decisions, more obligations, but the truth is, the more you try to do, the less you actually accomplish. The secret is to cut the excess, remove distractions, and refine your focus. Instead of trying to be good at everything, choose to be excellent at a few things that truly matter. Look at the most powerful brands in the world. Apple, Tesla, Nike. They don't try to do everything. They do a few things exceptionally well. The same applies to your life. If you want to achieve more, simplify your approach. Focus on quality over quantity, clarity over chaos, and excellence over mediocrity. Because when you remove the unnecessary, you don't just free up time, you free up power